if you would like to enjoy all my work ad-free, as well as exclusive Sleepy Cat stories and more perks, then please consider becoming a patron and supporting this channel at patreon.com/sleepycatmeditations. Thank you so much to each and every one of you who have already helped Sleepy Cat along the way. You make all of this possible. And now, I hope you enjoy tonight's creation. A warm welcome to this very special sleep story where you are the main character. Tonight, you will experience all the enchantment of Christmas as you are taken to one of the most magical places ever created. Before we begin, we will do a short relaxation session, preparing you for a good night's sleep. Please remember that there is no right or wrong here, and there is no particular way that you should feel in these moments. Each experience is as unique as us all, so try to let go of any pressure you might be putting on yourself to feel certain things, or perhaps to fall asleep quickly tonight. It doesn't matter if you do or you don't. If you simply follow my voice and allow this story to wash over you, then you will enter a world of deep relaxation where you can rest and recover. So, when you are ready, just feel the eyelids becoming heavier and heavier with each passing blink until they gently close. Remind yourself that this is your time to relax. There is nothing left to do and nothing left to think. The day is done now. Whatever has happened is already in the past, and here, in this moment, the future is beyond our reach. So if thoughts arise about the day or the week that has been, or the days ahead of you, then acknowledge that these thoughts are completely normal and valid. They are part of what makes us human, which is a wonderful thing. But also kindly remind yourself that these thoughts or concerns are of no use to us now, and tonight there is no need to engage with them. They are simply thoughts, as fleeting as shooting stars across a night sky. You are safe tonight, and you are protected. You can be reassured by the fact that my voice and this story will never take you anywhere that is unpleasant. Your sleepy cat is simply here to guide you on your own twilight adventures and to help you enter a world of magic and peace where you can be completely free. And now we will do a short guided breathing pattern called 3-4-5. This will allow you to slow down and relax, preparing your body and your mind for a wonderful, peaceful rest. When you are ready, breathe in through the nose for 3. Hold for 4. And breathe out for 5. Let all of it go now. Again, that's in for 3. Hold for 4. And release, blowing away the thoughts of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Again, in for 3. Hold. And let it go. Continue to breathe in this way in your own time, and with each breath out, allow your body to sink just that bit deeper. And now allow the breath to fall back into a natural rhythm. Enjoy this new peace flowing through your body. During your adventure tonight, you will be surrounded by friends and loved ones. These can be from the wizarding world itself, or they can be your own friends, family, or anybody that is special to you. There are no limits here and no rules. Now, imagine yourself dressed in the colors of your house. Paint a picture of your wizarding self in your mind. Be with this image and embrace all of the little details. As you continue to relax and go deeper into a world of comfort, you can allow your mind to soften and your imagination to unlock as we prepare to go on a magical journey and enjoy Christmas Eve at the School of Magic. It is the morning of Christmas Eve, and you are lying in your bed in your house dorm. The soft sunrise is shimmering through your bed curtains, which are the colors of your wizarding house. The fireplace is still glowing from last night and gurgling gently, giving the room a perfect warmth. Many oil paintings are hanging on the grey stone walls, and the subjects of these paintings are beginning to wake up themselves. All of the other beds are empty, and the rest of your house must already be in the common room. On each bedside table, you can see piles of school books, some more dusty than others, and scraps of parchment with unfinished homework are lying on the floor. As you sit up, you see that on your bedside table is a fresh mug of hot water with a small tag on the handle. The tag reads, "A very Merry Christmas from the elves of the castle." Before you take your first sip, imagine the drink that you most desire this morning, and then bring the cup to your lips. You do as the note tells you and begin to taste your delicious morning drink. You sit comfortably, drink in hand, as your eyes wander around the room, taking in the beautiful wooden panels, the old stone pillars, the Christmas decorations, and the small castle windows with beads of snow drifting by. With a slow, deep breath, you are reminded of the fact that this is your home. The bed sheets are thick, warm, and cozy, and on a cool winter's morning like this one, it is tempting to stay here all day, simply drifting in and out of a peaceful slumber. However, you have a very busy day ahead of you, and so you decide to hop out of bed and get ready for the morning. Once dressed, you head out of your room and down the creaky wooden stairs. You shuffle through the now empty common room and out of the portrait doorway which swings open as you approach. You make haste down the winding stone steps and through the long, echoey corridors. You know that the breakfast feast is about to begin. As you get closer to the great hall, you stop to admire the enormous Christmas tree in front of you, shimmering in a dark emerald and covered in a variety of enchanted decorations. Among these, you see a tiny cauldron bubbling on the bottom branch, a wizard's wand in the middle, casting miniature spells of different colours, and a golden witch's hat perched at the very top. The hypnotic smell of a breakfast feast is drifting out of the hall, and your impatience gets the better of you as you push open the huge wooden doors and walk inside. The great hall is full of life. You can hear faint music echoing round the room, coming from the magical band in the corner, and the endless floating candles are providing a glowing archway above you. Across the enchanted ceiling is a golden sunrise with a gentle snow falling into the hall. Many students and teachers are mingling together, even across different houses, and they chat away about the recent term, their favourite wizarding sports, and the Christmas Eve ahead of them. One or two are reading the morning paper, playing card games, or trying out new spells. There is the soft clang of dishes and cutlery as people enjoy their breakfast. And further down the long wooden table, you spot a few of your friends who are giving you a wide smile, beckoning you to join them. You head over and join your friends, as you begin to fill your plate with delicious food and your goblet with a refreshing drink. You take in all the beautiful, festive details as you start to enjoy your breakfast. Just then, a rumor passes down the table that the Great Lake has frozen over, and at midday there will be an ice skating party. One of your friends mentions a special potion they are working on, which will keep the whole body warm on a cold winter's day, and they ask for your help in finding their final ingredient, the feather of a phoenix. You glance over to the teacher's table at the end of the hall, and you spot the pure white beard of the headmaster, who gives you a gentle smile with a twinkle in his eye. You see his delicate hand wave his wand, and suddenly a piece of parchment in the shape of a small bird is flying over to you. You catch it out of the air above, and as you unfold the paper bird, something falls out and is floating down to the table. It is a single red feather mingled with gold and orange, a phoenix feather. You and your friend stare at each other, completely stunned. You look back to the headmaster and give him a thankful smile. But how did he know? As the feast finally comes to an end, you follow your friend out of the great hall, the final ingredient in hand, and they lead you down a thin, secret passageway to the right. You are sure that you have never been here before. As you reach the end of the passage, you watch in amazement as a small wooden door appears out of thin air. With a cheeky smile, your friend opens the door and you step inside. The room is enormous, as big as the great hall twice over. It is filled with old chairs and tables, cabinets and paintings, as well as piles of old books, large wooden boxes, and old trinkets of gold, silver, and copper. You look up to see thick white pillars descending down from the ceiling, but stopping halfway, as if unfinished. There is a deep, ancient magic here, and already you can tell that this room has been enchanted for thousands of years. Your friend leads you through the maze-like room, telling you that this room is only usable for those who have great need of it. You wander round a tall, chipped statue of an ancient witch and arrive at a small clearing of smooth stone. On the floor rests a small grey cauldron, bubbling away by itself. Smoke rises from the cauldron in colours of green, blue, red, and purple. As you kneel down by the cauldron, you drop the phoenix feather above it, and as it floats down into the potion, you are met by a wave of nerves and excitement. The feather begins to dissolve, and the bright green liquid starts to stir itself into a whirlpool, changing into a deep sapphire color. The potion settles now and sits completely still in the cauldron, like an idle lake, undisturbed and peaceful. It is ready. Your friend pours it into 2 large vials, and you decide to take just a sip to begin. Instantly, you feel a new warmth trickling down your body, from the top of your head, through your neck and shoulders, down your back, across your legs, and all the way into your toes. You cork the vial and put it safely in your pocket as you leave this mysterious room. You begin to run down the castle corridors now, your footsteps echoing through the stone tunnels. You finally arrive at the front door of the castle. It is 20 feet tall, made of solid iron with enormous circular handles. The door is slightly open, and through the gap you see a layer of fresh, thick snow carpeting the castle grounds and glistening in the midday sun. You run outside and leap into the snow, giving yourself permission to feel like a child again. Despite being midwinter, the sun's rays provide a gentle heat on your face, and your potion is working its magic as your entire body feels as though it is being warmed by a mini fire from within. You start to wander down to the lake and feel the cool, crisp air kissing your cheeks as the frosted grass crunches under your feet. Over to your right, the giant willow tree has a dusting of snow on its branches. Then the tree gives an almighty shudder. The snow falls off and disappears into a white mist as the willow's branches wrap around itself. As you work your way through a small patch of trees, you see a few of the teachers standing in a large circle on the frozen lake, gently waving their wands. Right before your eyes, the ice starts to form together, and you watch in amazement as a stadium of ice is constructed before you, pillar by pillar. At the entrance is a tall archway of ice with inscriptions carved across the top. The teachers turn to you all with a shared smile and beckon for each and every one of you to go inside. At the entrance is the headmaster, alongside the head boy and girl. They are standing beside a large bubbling cauldron that definitely smells like hot chocolate. The headmaster calls you over, that familiar mischievous glint in his eye. "I wonder if I might have a drop of that lovely potion you made, just to keep an old man warm at Christmas." He did provide the final ingredient after all, so you take the vial from your pocket and hand it over. He takes a small sip, and you see his whole face soften. "Simply wonderful," he adds with a satisfied smile. Then he removes the lid of the cauldron, and you share a knowing smile as he adds the rest of the potion to the hot chocolate. The head girl spoons a ladle of chocolate into a tall tankard and hands it over to you. You enter the stadium of ice as the other students queue for their newly enchanted hot chocolate. As you emerge from the archway, you see an oval arena held up by huge pillars of ice, and across the arena are hundreds of seats, all of which are carved from ice, but are covered with soft blankets. There are powerful enchantments at work here, and you can feel the magic in the air. In the four corners of the arena, hanging from the top of the pillars, are the flags of each wizarding house. As your gaze wanders around the stadium, you take in the sapphire and grey, the crimson and gold, the emerald and silver, and the yellow and black decorations strung all around. Their colours seem brighter than usual. The ice rink in the middle looks perfectly smooth, like a layer of blue silk. You take the small walkway around the outside of the rink and find a seat amongst the rest of your house. A few students have already taken to the ice and start to skate around the arena, laughing and joking as they find their feet. Other students and teachers begin to cast magical spells, and suddenly bright blue spectrals appear from their wands, taking the form of their spirit animals. The animals join in the festivities. They gallop around the arena, jump over their caster's head, and begin playing together. If you like, you can summon yours now too. You know the spell. A stream of blue emerges from your wand and takes the shape of your favorite animal. As you watch your animal join in with the others, you feel a sense of comfort washing over you, and you cannot help but smile. And now a few of your friends are getting ready to go onto the ice. You are hesitant at first, but one of your friends kneels down and casts a quiet enchantment on your skates. This is very advanced magic, and for as long as you wear these skates today, it will be impossible to fall. You are met by a new confidence as you pull your skates on and head out onto the rink. The soft breeze is refreshing on your skin, but your entire body is warm and your feet are steady. You skate at whatever pace you are comfortable with. As you glide around the rink, you see instruments sculpted from the ice, playing by themselves. A soothing, hypnotic melody weaves through the air, one that only adds to the enchantment and wonder. As you are skating, you pass by couples dancing on the ice together, students playing games, and the bright blue animals mingling amongst all of the action. You give yourself permission to surrender to all of the magic that surrounds you and to embrace this feeling of complete freedom. As mid-afternoon approaches, there is an announcement from the teachers. There will be a spontaneous trip into the nearby wizarding village. There you can explore the many streets and taverns and shop to your heart's content. Gradually now, everyone begins to file out of the ice rink and back into the snow-covered grounds of the castle. As a special treat, the headmaster has arranged for magic sledges to take you into the village, and you watch them racing up the hill towards you. A small wooden sledge slides up to your feet and slowly turns itself around, ready for you to take a seat. You get yourself comfortable on your sledge and hold onto the rope in front of you. The sledge wiggles with excitement, and in the next moment it sets off down the embankment along with all the others as you make your way to the village. The sledge steers by itself, but you can control the speed by using the rope in your hands. You might decide to race one of your friends, or instead coast along nicely at your own pace. As you reach the bottom of the hill, you can see the details of this beautiful village gradually becoming clearer and more vivid. It is a small but charming village with wood-panelled buildings that have thatched roofs covered in a layer of snow, and warm yellow lights are illuminating the many windows. You see 2 tall Christmas trees acting as a gateway into the village, and far beyond the buildings are white hills in the distance. It is the perfect picture. You suddenly feel a sense of homely comfort and warmth as together you all enter the village. The cobbled stone paths have a clear walkway with piles of snow shoveled on each side. There are decorations going from house to house, which form a colourful canopy above you. Many children are playing, and witches and wizards are walking around the streets or talking outside shops and houses. In the very centre of the village, a brass band plays around a small fountain. In one shop window, you see a collection of broomsticks and wizards' clothing in the 4 colors of the different houses. In another, there are rows of potion bottles, bubbling cauldrons, and smoking pots which are stirring by themselves. Another window is full of small, furry creatures with big, welcoming eyes. One of these in particular catches your attention. It is the smallest of the group, but by far the most excited. It gazes up at you and hops around happily. You pass the window of the sweet shop, filled with multicolored lights and a grand display of all your favorite magical sweets. It looks like another world entirely. As you approach the fountain, you can hear the music more clearly. And as you pass by the local tavern, the door swings open and a blast of warm air hits you, coupled with the smell of their home-brewed butterscotch beer. The headmaster announces that you have time to visit one shop today, after which everyone is to meet in the tavern. Since it is Christmas Eve, you are feeling a little indulgent, and you decide to go with your friends to the sweet shop nearby. The little bell rings as you open the door, and you are greeted with a warm smile from an elderly man and woman behind the counter. The place is busy with many students and customers. As you wander round the store, you can smell all of the sweets and chocolate. The shelves are twice your height and lined with various colored packets. There are mint chocolate mice, shrinking fudge, licorice wands, sherbet lemons, sizzling snowballs, pear drop popcorn, and hundreds more fantastic treats, all stacked neatly together. The older woman approaches you with a kind smile. She holds out a brown paper bag, and as it opens, a wonderful smell emerges. You reach in, take out a smooth, boiled sweet, and ask what it is. A brand new recipe, she tells you. This is the ultimate treat, designed to taste of whatever flavor you are most craving. She thinks that she has finally perfected it. You focus on the flavor that you would most like to taste and pop the sweet in your mouth. Gradually, you begin to taste this flavor that you desire, and the longer you eat, the stronger it becomes. It is a weird but wonderful experience, and you are met by a sudden tranquility flowing through your body. As the sweet finally dissolves, you are left with the simple feeling of comfort, and you cannot help but beam from ear to ear. Just then, you look out through the square-panelled windows and into the cobbled street. Directly opposite you, in the pet shop window, you notice the same furry animal from before. It is looking at you with its big, hopeful eyes and still hopping around, seemingly trying to grab your attention. You are desperate to go over and meet this animal, and you think that if you are quick, you might just have time. You thank the shopkeeper with a smile as you slip quietly away on your own and run across the street. You enter the small pet shop, which has a dark wooden floor, tall wooden pillars, and more traditional decorations. The atmosphere is much calmer here, and many of the animals are sleeping, and the shop is only a few minutes from closing. You can see the small animal hopping around excitedly, and as you approach it, it begins to call out happily. You hear footsteps from behind, and as you turn, you see the kind face of the shopkeeper. They walk past you, unlock the cage, and gently remove the tiny animal. They gesture for you to hold out your hand, and they place the animal in your palm. As you gently cup this small creature in your hands, it begins to purr softly and curls up instantly. Without another hesitation, you pay the shopkeeper and place your new animal on your shoulder. You hear a knock at the shop window, and there are your friends beckoning you to come outside. It's time to visit the local tavern. You walk back into the street and head over to the tavern. Tiny flakes of white land on your face and your jacket as you shield your new companion from the snow. As you push open the door of the tavern, the warm air greets you, and the smell of butterscotch beer is still as powerful as before. When you arrive inside, you come face to face with the headmaster, who has been waiting for you. It seems you are a little bit late. For a moment, his eyes are stern, and your stomach flutters with nerves. But then his face softens, and his cheeky smile greets you once again. His eyes flick to your shoulder, and he asks what you've decided to name your new friend. He gives your animal a gentle stroke under its chin, and then invites you to join him at the table, where you find all the other students beginning to take their seats. The table is made of thick, enchanted wood, and it stretches out to fit everyone on it. Dotted around the tavern are oil lanterns, and many candles float around the room or hang from the walls. A few wizards sit at the bar ordering their regular drink. Others are perched at small tables, reading a newspaper or engrossed in some wizard's poker. In the quiet corner of the tavern, a solo musician plays a gentle tune which rounds off this perfect atmosphere. Many of the workers are bringing out large trays packed full of slender glasses like mini goblets. In the glass goblets is a bright orange liquid with a pearly white foam on top. One of these drinks is placed in front of you, and you enjoy the sweet smell rising from the glass. You place the drink to your lips and take your first sip. You are met by a wonderful, warming sensation rippling throughout your body, and the sweet texture of the foam is a delicious blend with the thick orange liquid. As you enjoy your hearty drink, you join in with the festivities, the jokes and the conversations that are dotted around the table, while your new companion takes a nap on your shoulder. You cannot quite believe that this magical world is yours. You smile in the comfort of knowing that you can return here whenever you need to, and that this castle and these wonderful people will always be here for you. In the next moment, word is passed around that it is time to head back to the castle for the Christmas feast. Everyone begins to pack up their things and get ready to leave. You leave the tavern now and walk back into the street, placing your furry friend in your top pocket to keep them warm. The sun is setting now, and as you look down the cobbled street, you see the purple and red sky illuminated by the golden sun as it slowly sinks behind the thatched buildings of the village. The many street lamps provide a collection of soft yellow spotlights, guiding your journey back to the castle. Your body feels warm and comfortable, and the air is quite mild this evening. As you walk back to the castle through the snow, you reminisce on what has been a truly magical day so far. You think back to the enchanted elven tea, the breakfast feast, your potion making, the ice skating party, and your adventure into the wizarding village. And then, as you emerge over the top of the hill, you see it. Standing proud against the newly dark sky is the castle which you call home, backed by the infinite glitter of the stars. Tall Gothic towers of old but immaculate stonework are protruding from the main structure. Long windows overlooking the castle grounds are pulsing with the soft light of the lanterns inside. There are even colourful Christmas lights wrapped around many of the turrets. The new moon sits behind the tallest tower, and the sky is alive with silver stardust. Seeing this castle in all of its festive glory, you cannot imagine anywhere else that you would rather be. This place is governed by a deep, ancient magic, one that you know will always keep you safe. It is a perfect sight and one that you will never forget. As you arrive at the main doors, they slowly open for you. One by one, you enter the castle and follow the group into the great hall. There are now hundreds more decorations dotted around the hall, and in the air you can smell cinnamon and apple, roasted vegetables, and freshly baked mince pies. Over to your right, the enormous wood fire burns and glows, warming the entire room, and all of the teachers' Christmas stockings are hanging down from the mantelpiece. The enchanted ceiling above has now transformed into the night sky, and you watch shooting stars passing overhead. There are 4 big snowmen in each corner of the room, each one wearing the colours of their wizarding house, topped, of course, with a giant Santa hat. However, it is the enormous Christmas tree that is the centrepiece of the hall, and it pulses with a hypnotic golden green glow. You cannot quite believe it, yet somehow this castle feels even more magical. You take a moment to simply bask in your beautiful, festive surroundings and to embrace every little enchanted detail. Gradually, the group begins to take their seats, and when everyone is ready, the headmaster stands up and taps his wand 3 times on the pulpit. Right before your eyes, an entire Christmas feast appears in front of you and is spread all along the tables. There is more than enough food for everyone 3 times over. The great hall is filled with a new excitement, innocent laughter, and pockets of conversation as the Christmas feast begins. As you eat this comforting and delicious dinner, you keep one eye on the desserts, ready for when you finish your main course. Occasionally, you pass a small piece of food to your new companion, who is sitting comfortably on your shoulder and taking in their new surroundings. You feel so lucky, so grateful to be here tonight. This truly is one of the most magical places in the world, and one of the most magical places to spend Christmas Eve. You know that you will treasure these memories forever. As the great feast comes to an end, you watch in amazement as all of the goblets and platters disappear out of sight, and the tables are left immaculate, just how you found them. You wave to the headmaster, bidding a warm good night as you join your friends leaving the great hall. You slowly head back up the castle stairs and through the winding corridors, feeling warm, full, and satisfied. At last you reach your common room, and the door is wide open as many people are filtering back inside. You feel your legs and body grow heavy now, and you are ready to sit down, ready to relax. You wander over to a cozy-looking armchair and flop down with a sigh. You get yourself comfortable and place your feet on a stool. The chair is filled with soft cushions, and you pull a nearby blanket over your legs. You take out your wand and point it at the fireplace. In a split second, the fire is bubbling and providing a gentle heat in the room. Someone comes over with a small silver tray of hot festive drinks and offers you a mug. You thank them with a smile as you take one. You sit now completely relaxed and slowly let your eyes flick around the room as you reminisce on what has been a perfect day in the perfect place. A few witches and wizards are sharing gifts. Others are playing different games and sharing magical snacks. You are invited to play, but tonight you are in the mood to simply sit and watch. It has been a long day after all. On the other side of the room, you spot a couple of your friends playing quite an intense game of wizard's chess. Your furry friend has shuffled off your shoulder now and is perched on your lap, fast asleep. You take this time to simply relax. It is the perfect atmosphere, and you give yourself permission to surrender. As more and more people begin to head to their room, the common area is becoming quieter, and so even more peaceful as you continue to enjoy your seat by the fire. Bit by bit, your eyes begin to feel heavy, and your body is comfortable and warm. You think it might be time to head up to bed. You take your blanket and bid those who are still awake a Merry Christmas. As you climb the spiral staircase, your animal is still asleep, curled up in your hand. When you enter the bedroom, there is a soft glow from the oil lantern, and a gentle fire is crackling. You put your belongings under your bed and pop your new friend on your bedside table as you change into nice, comfy clothes, ready for bed. You shuffle under the covers and gaze out of the nearby window that overlooks the castle grounds. Outside the window, the moonlight illuminates the snow-covered grass, and in the distance you can see the frozen lake surrounded by trees and glistening in the starlight. The moon and the stars are providing their own music tonight, a soothing, sleepy symphony just for you. You feel a soft fur touching your arm, and you realize that your new friend has nestled themselves in the crook of your arm and fallen back asleep in an instant. You lie here in this enchanted bed that feels as if you are lying on a cloud. The memories of the day fill you with warmth, comfort, and happiness. And as you begin to imagine a Christmas day in the castle, there is a new excitement for the coming morning. This truly is the most magical place on earth, and it is your home. Your eyes are closed now, and you feel yourself drifting off more and more. Your body is heavy and completely free. Your mind is empty and full of joy. You are safe. You are warm. And you are protected. Your thoughts begin to fade as the magic of Christmas envelops you, and you drift away into a peaceful sleep.